Oh my god, Loop Legend.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Loop Legend. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make sad beat for Lil Baby. Let's go. First, we have the sample project. The tempo is on 160 and I start with this sound. It's a one-shot key from my Evolution multi-kit and this is what sound like. This is just two notes in G minor scale. I use G and D as you see. In next pattern, I change that to this chord progression and this is what sound like. In this pattern, first I duplicate the notes and then I select the slice from here and then I chop that as you see, and then I send the first part 4 semitone down as you see, 1 2 3 4, and then the second part 2 semitone up. And in the mixer it just have the EQ like this. And in the playlist, first we have the second pattern and then we have the first pattern. In the second part, first we don't have anything, and in last part we have the first pattern again. And for next sound, I use this bell from also my Evolution multi-kit, link is down below, and this is what sound like. For theory of this pattern, I used the G, that was the root note, A and A sharp, that is the tension note, and then D on the top, that is one of the tension notes again. Also, I use G in 2 octave as you see. In the mixer, first we have the effect tricks, it's a preset from my Evolution multi-kit. Then we have a Valhalla plate, it's a reverb, and then I add another effect tricks, this preset, and EQ at the end. This is what sound like without any effect. And this is what sound like with effects. And in playlist, I send that up 1 octave up after 4 bar, and this is what sound like. And then I repeat the first pattern, and in second part I delete the bell. After I made the bell and the key, I route them into another channel to make a bass channel, and then I add these effects. First we have the sound shifter, pitch that up 3 semitone. Then we have EQ, cut the low frequency and harsh frequency, and then we have maximizer. I use the sound goodizer preset, the C preset. For next instrument, we have a bass. It's again one shot from Evolution multi-kit, and this is what sound like. It just follow the root note. The root note was G, but we pitched that up 3 semitones, so it's A sharp now. And for arrangement, this is how it looks like. First we have the chord progression that is like this, and then we have just the root note, and then again I duplicate that. Next instrument we have keyscape with this preset, and this is what sound like. And this is what sound like without any effect. For effects, first we have the halftime. I put the mode on 1.5 and then I put the loop on 1/4. After that we have effect tricks with this preset, and then EQ and fruity chorus. When you change the halftime mode to 1.5, it pitch your sound 5 semitone down. So I pitch the sound 5 semitone up in the piano roll, and then I put the halftime, so it's still in the key. And the theory of this pattern is same with the previous pattern. I use the root note and the tension notes as you see. After that, I render that pattern and I put that into the playlist, and I chop that like this, and this is what sound like. First thing I did was pitch the sound 1 octave up, and I send that into the mixer. In mixer we have EQ, we have this delay called comeback kit. I put the time on 1/4 and then feedback on the middle, and also I compress that. And this is what sound like without the effects. Next instrument we have keyscape again, and I use this preset, and this is what sound like. I use this 4 note back to back, and then I duplicate that in 2 different octaves in top of that. And then in the mixer we have this plugin. First we have the EQ, then fruity stereo shaper to pan that to the left a little bit, and then compressor. I made another pattern with the same sound, and this is what sound like. And this is what sound like without the top melody. What I did was add the halftime, and then I rendered that, and this is what sound like with halftime. Next instrument we have arcade, and I use this sound. I just match the key with my sample, and this is what sound like. And in the mixer I just EQ and compress that. After that we have this vocal, and it's again from arcade, and this is what sound like. And in the mixer I just put the EQ on that, and I just cut the harsh frequency and low cut. The first part of the sample is done. We have the vocal and string from arcade, we have the piano and 2 different bell, and also bass and key. And in second part I remove the first piano, second bell, and also the arcade. And in the verse I change the vocal, and also I add another arcade, and this is what sound like. Also, this is what the vocals sound like. And in the last part, it's same with the second part of the hook, but I remove the bell. In the master, first we have ozone. I did the same thing that I do the most of the time. First I add the multiband compressor to control each band. Then we have the vintage limiter, mode on analog, and threshold on almost 2 decibel. And same thing with the maximizer, and mode is on the last one, threshold is almost on 2 decibel. After that I add soothe to cut the harsh frequency, and then EQ to cut the harsh frequency again. Next plugin we have Maserati VX1. I use the pop voice preset, and then I add 2 soothe to cut the harsh frequency again, and this is what sound like. After the master I render that sample, and I did add drum on that. Also I record the drum process is silent cookup. I'm going to play that for you. Hope you enjoy.